about me, but my younger child, when he had sex education at school in year 6, so he was 10 or 11, and he came out and I don't know what was said.
He didn't come out as a homosexual.
No, he came out of school. Yeah. Okay. And I don't know what had been said or how it had been said, but he was under the impression, first of all, that girls don't masturbate but boys do, and that boys need to masturbate and need to have sex, but girls don't, and they don't really enjoy it. So I had to, obviously, I literally stopped him in the street, set him straight. But then I WhatsApped the mums that are, my friends who had girls, and I said, just a heads up, I don't know, this is what Ned's come home saying, so you might want to talk to the girls, about. But they were all, the impression I got was that they were all quite happy that their girls had been told that they shouldn't be masturbate, that they don't masturbate.
They don't need to have...
Yeah.
Which, wow.
I mean, and that wasn't that long ago. That was like 5 years ago. So...
this reminds me of the sex ed class in the Wonder Years with the gym teacher. I mean, do you remember that when he... but I have to say, that's terrible.
I know.
Oh my God, these poor young girls.
But also, I said to him at the time, I said, everybody masturbates. And I said, and people might not want to talk about it, and that's up to them. But if they say they don't, they're lying, because they do. Everybody does it. So there we go. But now you're saying that you're, coming across girls who don't. So that's what I meant. But that's what really surprises me, because I just thought, well, everybody does, and people just lie about it because they're ashamed, or,
Yeah, well, there are girls who don't, and unfortunately, these are the same girls who have a lot of problems having orgasms later on. And they also are the same girls who are having sex for the wrong reason, I find.
Right.
Most of them are having sex because they want attention and not because they're getting anything from it, because, they're complaining to me that it hurts or it's not right. And I think it's all this culture of shame and that how much they've internalized.
I think there's going to be so many people listening to this who are sort of maybe having those, just those little aha light bulb moments. So yeah, this is what it's about, isn't it? I guess talking about this, making it just part of the conversation. I know it'd probably be excruciating for you to have that conversation all of a sudden now with a 15-year-old when you've never mentioned it before. But yeah,
well, that's the problem. This is what I'm trying to change. It's like, your first sex talk should be at 12 or 13. I mean, this should have been going on from the start. So, and also, I'm very sex positive, as you can imagine, as a parent. And I sit my kids down and talk to them about, I talked to my 10-year-old about menstruation the other day, and she had no recollection of it. She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, how many times have we talked about this? I'm like, it's amazing to me how many times you have to say the same thing
before it goes through, before it clicks through. Yeah.
So you can't just be like, oh, I checked that box, I'm good for another 5 years.
No, you've got to keep on having those conversations.